Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, I believe, and it is November 3rd. It's been a while since I've been live here from home. I want to take the time to address a few things, but before I do, I'm going to leave you with a little. Before I do, I want to do something. I'm going to leave you with this little 9-second tune, and I shall be back. Alright, people, I'm back. Well, there's a few things to address that I want to address. But I want to first, and I never to hear or see the comments that are out there or that are following out there. And I just want to address this and ask people, how are you doing today? It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. So how are you doing today? I am grateful that people are participating and learning more of what's going on. One of the things that I want to talk to you about is the Keystone Pipeline. Now, that's been talked about a lot because that's been talked about a lot because it affects us all. It affects us all. When you say it does not affect me, let me tell you, you're wrong. It affects you. When you have explosions going on in the other states, it affects you. As I am here, just looking at my screen here. Give me 1 second. I'm almost playing here with my little screen here. Okay, I'm back on the air. I wanna ask you guys, what's the first words that come? What's the first thing that comes to mind? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about the Keystone Pipeline? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about families or if you're a Native American and you have one of your family members buried in these sacred grave sites, how would you feel if this government that we have here comes and tells you, well, we have to dig up this grave because we want to? How would you feel about it? What would be your reaction? I put it out there on Facebook a few days ago, and I'll say it again. If this was to happen in any of our national cemeteries where we have our veterans, first of all, let me say, I respect and honor all our veterans who have gone out there and given their lives, and I respect each and every one of our veterans. because I myself would not be going to Iraq or any other place to fight in a war that I see that it's unjust. If I see a country that's not doing anything to us, why am I gonna go over there and battle that country? That's something that I don't understand about this country. The freedoms that we have here are so much that we abuse them. The president abuses it. People who are in power abuse it. And that's something that I will never understand. So you have the power to make change. Positive change. If you have the power to make positive change, why would you destroy the lives of others? Why would you make negative change? Now let's get back to my original question and my original topic, which is the Keystone Pipeline. I respect our veterans, and I respect them highly because I have friends that are veterans themselves. Let me say, second of all, that if grave sites from our national veteran cemeteries was to be digged up just to put some pipes underground, I bet there would be an uproar about that. So if there is an uproar about that, and excuse my voice because it's kind of squeaky, if there's an uproar about that, what is the difference between a Native American and a veteran? The Native American was here before you and I was even in this country. Before you and I was even in this country. Don't they deserve the same respect? Don't they deserve the same honor? Or just because they're Indians, you get to do whatever you want with their grave sites? I was about to curse. I'm trying to refrain myself. This topic just gets me very upset. How in the world do we let this happen? Why would we let this happen? See, those same pipelines that they want to install from the Dakota pipeline all the way to Illinois, well, they've been already installed in other states. Well, they call it gas pipes, but still, they're pipes. And what have you seen? Explosion after explosion. I've seen it on the news. And the question is, would you risk your life just to have a pipe down there? Because it's a risk. It's a risk. It's not only a risk, you are messing with nature. You are messing with animals' habitat. However you say it. But I guess you get the point. I want to leave you with this. before I leave, because I got 4 minutes. If today you were to die and you were a Native American, and say they had to bury you in a sacred site, and they can't bury you just in any cemetery, would you want to be buried somewhere where you're gonna be digged up 100 years from now, just to put a pipe under there? Think about this, people. Think about this. It is very terrible what's happening over there. People who are fighting for freedom over there are being sprayed with tear gas. What kind of humanity is that? What type of a country do we live in when the government has to spray people just for fighting for something that they believe in, or something that's right? What type of a country do we live in? Now, I can argue back and forth with you, and we can have this argument back and forth. But I didn't open up the lines today because I refuse to hear people telling me negative things about what they think is our responsibilities and what we shouldn't be focusing on. Because I believe 75% of this country doesn't care about what's going on over there in Dakota. It's sadly but true. It's sad. And I care because living is a human right. Native Americans have human rights. And if their living rights and their burial rights are being violated, then yes, we should stand up with them. As always, everyone, I want everyone to have a safe and productive weekend. Read more about this on Facebook, Twitter. Follow me on Facebook if you are my friend and you really got me there. So, and if you're on Twitter, follow me as well. I am tweeting out, retweeting, doing everything to help out. The noises you hear in the background is noises that I'm trying to ignore. Here in Chicago, we had the north side had a big win last night. But that's not my topic today, so I'm not focusing on that. I want you all to have a safe weekend and enjoy it. Enjoy it, but also think about this issue and how you can help. I leave you again with that little tune.